I actually can't, before we get started, I can't understand enough how you'll probably get not only a bunch of different locals here that you don't see outside of Japan, but you're going to get a lot of international players who don't go to the U.S. either at EVO Japan. So that's also a very important factor here.
Yeah, that's one of the things you talked about, right? It was like, well, at EVO Vegas, we get a lot of representation from like Central Latin America, in addition to a lot of the Asian participants that come here. But like for EVO Japan, we get to see like the depths of the Korean scene, the Taiwan scene, the Chinese scene, the Japanese scene. So yeah, it's just real sick to see how in-depth it goes and how deep their player base is.
And that kind of reminds me of like the old days, like, you know, when you go to different regional battles and like you might know your Justins and your Yipes and your Pyro Lees and whatnot. But sometimes you just take a trip to the West Coast, you end up at the local arcade, and there's just some dude in there named like EMP Beefstick. You're just bodying everybody, right?
One of my favorite stories regarding that specifically is Flash Metroid coming and losing the tape bot in Marvel 3. And I was just like, I can't blame you, Flash. Like, if you never played tape bot before, you just gonna get got, bro. You know? That's just how it be. But of course, big shout out to Flash. Big shout out to tape as well, you know what I mean?
The local landmine, baby.
Yeah, but the local landmine is the perfect way to put it, 100%. And yeah, like KOF in general, SNK series has like, I feel like a plethora of those local landmines, right? Where players might not be traveling super heavily for one reason or another, but man, these dudes will give the top players of their regions problems. And if you have, you know, the unfortunate situation of running into them, you best be prepared, and it's going to be hard to do that.
I think there was actually a time we commentated that in 14 where Shanghai ran into what's his name? SR.
Yeah.
And SR was putting it on him.
Yeah.
And people would say, who the hell is this SR guy? I'm like, he's the best Nelson player in Japan.
I forgot about that.
Dude,
that
was
a classic.
a sick one, dude.
That was sick indeed.
And you can also see a little bit more of that highlight of how each region have that specific flavor around them, right? Of course, there are players who will always highlight their styles, but you can see that overall style of the Japanese players, of the Korean players, of the Chinese players, sometimes the Latin American players, even though in this time they couldn't get it to top 8, you can see that being represented, as you say, in a home turf where many of them who were never able to travel will show up with those skills and that style.
Yeah, and hopefully with some of these big orgs like Falcon picking up, right? We see T1 picking up ZJZ as well. Hopefully we get to see them more in the West than we're used to. But it looks like it's time to get started with our top 8 of KOF 15. Lacid versus ET, winner semifinals. Let's get it.
Let's get it popping, man. And Lacid been running the point Meitenkun for as long as time immemorial, with the Shermie in the second and the Ash in the back.
It's always a classic to see Lacid going out with the Sleepy Boy.
And ET running Athena.
Oh, it's going to be a heavy punish. Not that
certainly new for me.
There is no bar. He has been running there lately, specifically against Lacid, because he liked the matchup against Meitenkun. We saw this. I don't remember if we saw this last year at EVO. That Athena has been doing some stuff, but seems that is more than ready. Look at that charge. It doesn't matter. You are rolling. The light pillar is their pockets.
I'm thinking probably because you don't have to worry about the pillow pressure as much when you can also throw out your own cycle ball pressure from full screen, get the life lead, and as you see, just be super annoying. You get to play Fireball DP games all day.
Yeah, it feels like ET is trying to make sure he fills the screen with projectiles before Meitenkun can, right?
And he's got that big down.
Oh, again! Same mistake. We're going to have the extension, not enough to kill. Staying on the same side, no cross-up.
You saw a moment ago that big down heavy punch from her. Like, it's better than Ralph's almost.
Down to the wire.
Two character spaces.
Look at that, how the light pillar perfectly saving, and those always positive frames. Sadly, he get into the trap.
Snuffing the fireball pressure as well as building some meter for Shermie going into the secondary. Not a bad move from Lacid's side.
Bim, bim. You have to love it. You have to love it. The new idol. Imagine training that girl 6 hours a day. Like, you have to love it, man.
Oh man, I don't know if you gotta love it. Yeah, you know what?
Just trying to get that money, man.
You do need to love it. Honestly,
I love winning.
Look at that. What a confirm over there. Oh, this man with the reaction. Sadly, there is a little bit of a drop.
Yeah, you can't roll out of that. You can't roll out of that.
Give me that soul.
That was ambitious.
He could have blocked it, but he'd take a high-low there, and the high-low from, or actually take a left-right because he'd be mid-screen.
Right now, Lacid rocking, who is many say is the best Shermie in the world. Oh, against the corner with the pressure. Great challenge over there.
What a challenge from Lacid there. Misses the grab ball before. Big counter hit. This is going to be big damage. He's got 2.5 bars. I say spin it.
Yeah, invest. It's time to invest. This is not only real estate, but maybe more. And the moon slasher.
That's fine.
I need Shermie to do that to my back. My back has been hurting.
Hey man, these beds out here ain't no joke.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
It has been down to the wire all of the rounds.
All the rounds have been down to the wire. You know what? I would say Lacid probably been keeping up with KO15 the most out of everybody in the current CLCW era. But at the same time, man, he's got such a powerful team that is also high potential to be unstable.
Ooh, nice. Of course, Ash is going to need a lot of money here. That was a little bit of a bait. ET bites and Lacid was more than ready in this classic of Korea against Taiwan. And of course, if we're going to talk about classics, you have to talk about the girls of the colors, the Chilean Titanic menace, Isla.
Man, Isla is just like the most quintessential anchor in this game, man. Like, started out pre-release, the strongest character in the game. They nerfed her a little bit on the way in, and then within a year, she was already back to her old position.
I saw a little bit of a misinput, not double taquito over there by ET, but the pressure is on.
Second off that rust, baby.
This is gonna be some good damage, but not enough to kill. He spent everything.
2 bars, though, 2.5 bars. If he touches her, it's going to be Sun School.
No. Wow. Oh, he was able to tech. Let's see. He has perfect positioning. Lacid trying to go for something. No CD counter hit, so no extension. Oh,
He's
still
almost
alive.
got 3 bars. What? Okay.
The chip damage. The chip damage could be a factor. Oh, he's going to make the hit. Lacid going for the empty hop. One more already going to stay positive over there. Another one.
I don't hate that. I don't hate it.
Oh.
It went the perfect response. I don't want to say he lasted, but not a lot of people just throw RC in that position. So.
Yeah, I love DT's positioning at the end right there, right? Really, like, that was one of the only things he really found an option to do, or excuse me, Lacid's positioning at the end. That's why ET was like, I'm going to do it, bro. Like, it's one of the only things that's actually going to reach where you're at.
Trigger on his ass.
Yeah.
Great stuff. This is how you have to start the top 8 on Evo Japan. Simply fantastic gameplay pockets as we see yet again the idol against the sleepy boy.
I want to say it's a scary ending for ET right there because I feel like just even with Athena in up front, he's trying to survive the last matchup. Towards the end there, he was definitely feeling like things were falling off the rails. So probably going to try to slow it down a little bit here.
Yeah, so far it's working perfectly. Welcome to the turtle style, my boy. Not landing with a mix of great reflector over there. Also the Psycho Sordo. Everything is working perfectly right here for ET, showing us that this is the right matchup against such a powerful and dangerous Meitenkun as the Lacid has.
And it's strange that Lacid's like, hey, no owner switch, no character switch. I want to win this matchup with Meitenkun, and it's just not happening, bro.
It felt like when they faced off in the last game, the point battle wasn't that convincing, right? Now, this one was real bad. So I understand Lacid trying the Meitenkun, but if we go forward, I don't think it's a good idea.
Ooh. And now this could be hell for the beautiful fashion designer of France.
Oh, really?
She's that fast?
That's so sad, dude.
Do the perfect reaction, and the frames betray you. That's what happened to Lacid right there.
I mean, wow, that was an accident. I think he probably thought maybe a backdash. Wow. ET running away with it.
Oh my God, this girl.
You know, I'm gonna say it right now. Athena's not top of the tiers, but she can feel like it when she gets going.
And let's see, right now we have a lot of money for Lacid 4 bars. Of course, you will have to spend a lot to take out the 2 characters. ET has to help him. And we are going to see that one. We will be witnesses of something terrible, something beautiful.
God, he's so close to making something happen here with 4.5 bars, almost 5, but she's just always out of range.
Look at that. Ding, ding.
There it is. But man, so much work to do now.
We gotta see the movie.
I mean, I'm not saying it's impossible, improbable, but not impossible.
Hard as hell, that's for sure, but
He's still
not
got to kill
impossible.
this character, and he's probably not going to with this string.
1, 2, let's see the slaps. Are you gonna spend the 2 bars? Only 1. Oh,
I didn't think he was spending either there.
so ready.
Yeah, see, he didn't kill the character with the string.
Oh, that's the lap. That's the lap showing.
That's crazy. He did all that, couldn't even kill her.
Yeah, that is wild for sure. Impressive execution on display from Lacid regardless, though.
It's not impossible. Improbable, but it's not
Oh, that's a big gift. That's a big gift, and Lacid is gonna capitalize out of it as much as he can. We're gonna go for the level 1. The extension is here. Not a lot of damage, but 50%. It's almost even pocket.
I don't like these jumps, though.
Wow.
Man, these jumps are getting them killed.
One last hope. Is he going to make it?
Yeah.
Checkmate. Checkmate over
Look at him. He's like, ooh.
Yeah,
that was
sweet. He's feeling it, of course. That big smile of ET, always part of his roster. And yet again, the demon, you know, that it has been so hard for Lacid to face ET lately for 2 years more or less. But